Hello, Taurus. Elsie here to do a reading for you. One more bonus read, friends, before we hit the new week here. And we're going to talk a little bit about, well, maybe just a tiniest bit about the two planets that are in your sign right now, right? So right now it's Jupiter and Uranus that's in your sign. And while Uranus is kind of like, it's transformative energy, right? But it can be a little bit aggravating, of course. Like, even though it's transformative energy and it's good for your finances, your possessions, and your values, then, Jupiter is here expanding everything, which is going to cause change. Now, it's going to be good for your self-esteem, but Uranus and Jupiter together in your sign is can be a little bit aggravating as well, because it's kicking up the dust, right? It's kicking up the dust and making you change, making you make changes that are going to benefit you in the long run, but changes nonetheless. Look, transits are crazy right now. I'm not an astrologer of any kind. I've just been watching Jimmy at the Taurus ship, and he's been telling me exactly what's going on, and it's pretty wild out there. No matter what your sign is, it's pretty wild out there. All right, let's find out what's going on, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's give a little bit of energy for the Taurus gang before we head into the new week here. I'm reading this just after midnight on, so we're now the 12th, so now it is also Scorpio full moon. Look, I'm just going to say, whatever your sign is, if you're watching this, may the odds forever be in your favor. Just going to say. It's terrible. Okay, let's find out what's going on for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Taurus. We've got the Hanged Man. We've got, the Hermit energy. What's going on here? I feel like you've been hermiting a little bit lately, Taurus, and it does feel like you're in sort of a think tank. I feel like the reason that you're in hermit energy is to try and get some sort of perspective here. It feels like the perspective. Well, first of all, I feel like you're done peopling for a while. Is what it feels like. It feels like you're done peopling for a while, and I feel like you're sort of regrouping or reloading the guns. Do you know what I mean? Like, not literal, of course, but you know what I mean. It's like we have to regroup. We get behind the wall. It's like I just need to stop peopling for a little bit. It's time for me to just pull away, be with myself, find my light, heal myself, because this is self-preservation energy, right? It's time for me to go over the self-audit. It's the Hanged Man energy is a pause, or I'm just gonna sit here and look at things for a little bit, kind of digest what's been going on. I feel like this Page of Pentacles is telling me that things are shifting, I want to say, as it pertains to your money, right? To your positions and your values is what I was just talking about with Uranus in your sign. So it feels like things are shifting. Things are maybe opportunities are showing up. It feels like this is an intuitive rest, I want to say. It feels like intuitively that you are holding back, maybe just taking a rest, trying to look at things, digest things that have gone on. It feels like there's a lot of energy going on in your sign right now. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, we've got the Four of Cups, and we've got the Page of Swords. Ooh, Towers here. Wow, look at that. Okay, wowzers. So, and then we got the King of Wands as well. So, Taurus, it feels like right now, it feels like you're trying to get some sort of stability, emotional stability, and that would account for the full moon that's here right now. Trying to get some emotional stability, but I feel like you are sort of going over the self. It feels like you're in sort of self-audit mode. I feel like you also are looking for new emotional opportunities, but I feel like this almost makes me feel like you're just like peeking your nose out the door. It feels like you're trying to get yourself back in the swing of things, I want to say. So you've like maybe pulled away or backed away from your social groups or people that you know. And I don't think you've done it for any terrible reason, understand? I just feel like you need a rest. I feel like you just need to regroup. It feels like you've got a lot going on here. I feel like this is a time right now, Taurus, where you're learning about your finances or learning about how to save money, how to use your money in your favor. We've got the Ace of Pentacles here, and it is like establishing foundation. So it's establishing financial foundation. You might be sort of paying things off or thinking about where you're going to put your money next, or are you going to invest it? It feels like right now is a time when you're sort of maybe learning about your financial future or your possessions or what you want to do with your finances. So I want to say that overall, it feels like you're taking a little bit of a break, but then we have the we have this energy right here, right? We're just going to put that right there. We'll just leave it there for a minute. Look, we have Jupiter, which is in your sign right now, right? That's the Wheel of Fortune. So you can see what I was saying. Like, it feels like this is going to be good for your self-esteem. But the thing is it's going to expand. The C word is here, Taurus. It's change, right? So I feel like what's changing here is it feels like your self-esteem is really high. I want to say that your expansion is in the King of Wands energy. So that makes me feel like you are mastering some sort of passionate thing, or mastering your passion, being passionate about something and going after that thing. It feels like this change energy is coming with a Tower. So a shift in your passions, a shift in maybe the way that you used to spend your money, and now maybe your passions have shifted. Now maybe you're going to invest your money, or you're going to save your money rather than buying luxurious things for yourself. And not all of you are into buying luxurious things, but I feel like it's there is a very big shift and change in your passions, your direction, and your energy level. I feel like you're about to be energized after this full moon. For some of you, you will be very affected by the full moon, especially if you have a water sign placement, but you'll be very affected by this full moon. And so it does feel like there is lots of shift and change, Taurus, is what it is. Let's start with the Hermit, though. Let's find out why the Hermit's here. Let's talk about the Hermit first. We've got okay, Charlie just said stop spending. Sorry, I got interrupted. So we have the Hanged Man and the Ace of Pentacles. Stop spending your money, I'm supposed to say. Okay, back to this. We've got the Three of Cups, we've got the Justice card, and we've got the Three of Swords. And that's what I was saying. I think that you're exhausted from peopling. I feel like you need to reclaim your balance. The Justice card is here. You need to bring things into balance. I feel like it's karmic connections. So it does feel like it's, I'm not talking about your soulmate people. I'm talking about your karmic connections. It's like maybe your acquaintances is what I'm talking about. So we've got the Three of Swords, we've got the Three of Cups. It feels like you've been doing a lot of socializing lately. Maybe you're just exhausted with, if you're a person who also has a lot of psychic energy, then everybody's energy sticks to you. So I feel like maybe you're feeling exhausted lately. If you are somebody who's quite psychic, you might feel exhausted over full moons anyway, but this particular full moon, being one in Scorpio, is bringing up all things that are emotional reckonings, emotional releases. So you could find yourself being quite exhausted at this time, emotionally exhausted. So I feel like this energy of the Justice card here with the Hermit is telling me that I feel like the universe is sort of forcing you into a space by yourself, because this is major arcana energy. And so I don't know that it's necessarily a choice. I feel like you don't mind that you're in this energy, because the minor arcanas are choices, and we do have the Three of Swords and the Three of Cups. So I feel like it's a sort of a thing that you don't mind, that the universe has sort of forced you into this place of, kind of getting your balance and regrouping, I'm going to say, or it feels like a restoration of the self, that you're going over the self, restoring your psychic energy. That's what it feels like right now, Taurus. And so I'm going to look at this over here, because Charlie sort of just said stop spending. So I don't know who's supposed to hear that, but it feels like with this Hanged Man energy that your any money that's coming in, your abundance here, any new money that comes in is supposed to be put on pause, I want to say. Tell me about this. We do have the Eight of Wands. It might be that you've been overspending lately. It could be that. Looking into things in the future. So maybe you haven't actually done the spending yet, Taurus, but it feels like the Eight of Wands with the Three of Wands is telling me you're looking into the future and planning on moving really quickly here. With the Two of Swords, it feels like there's a decision that you want to make. It's like maybe you're making a decision between like fixing the old car and buying a brand new one, but the brand new one's going to create debt, and maybe it's very close to, you get to that place where your car's really old and it's going to take a lot of work, or if you buy a new one, it's going to cause a car payment for the month. I feel like you're in that space, but I feel like this reading is telling me to tell you to slow down on the spending. So I don't know how that happens for you. I'll leave that up to you, but it feels like you're supposed to be slowing down on the spending here. Now we do have this Page of Pentacles here, and we have the Four of Cups, and it feels like here I feel as though that there are many opportunities that are going to be coming to you, Taurus. It feels like small opportunities, but opportunities nonetheless. And it feels like that you are in some sort of a comfort zone when these opportunities arrive. So maybe you're hesitating to answer text. Maybe you're hesitating to answer emails. It feels like you just don't really have a whole lot of energy to put into things at this time, and especially emotional things here. I feel like you're in sort of this place right now where you are trying to just keep to yourself, trying to get yourself stable here. We've got the Queen of Wands. Yeah, it feels like people are trying to get a hold of you here. We've got the Five of Cups. We've got the Five of Cups, and we've got the Ten of Wands. It's emotional exhaustion, Taurus. I really do feel like I'm talking to someone who is emotionally exhausted. You're kind of done with people running at you, taking bold moves against you, wanting you to come out. Come on, Taurus, let's go out. Let's go do things. And I feel like you are feeling just overstimulated. It feels like with the Five of Cups and the Ten of Wands that you're feeling very exhausted. You might even be going through some sort of the Five of Cups is sort of feeling in regret. That maybe you're watching everybody do their thing, go out, have fun, be excitable, all of that stuff, and you're kind of in a little bit of this energy where you wish that you were with them, but you're glad that you're not, if that makes any sense at all. It feels kind of like that. I don't think you have a whole lot of energy to put into relationships or friendships at this time. I feel like this full moon and like all these transits that are going on, I feel just have you sort of in this place of thinking about your abundance, thinking about your next move financially. Maybe you're forced inward to think about your work, think about what I'm going to do next. What's my next step in life? It feels like, it feels like Uranus and Jupiter is what it feels like here. Tell me about this page, please. We've got the Temperance card, we've got the Five of Wands, and we've got the Nine of Swords. So it feels like you're fighting with yourself just a little bit, Taurus, it feels like here. Now the page for me, the Page of Swords is a learning card. It's one of those ones that I see as a learning card. So it's like right now is a time where you're kind of learning lessons, like not to overextend yourself financially, not to overextend yourself energetically. I feel like a lot of people like that you come out when you do, because you're a lot of fun. Like with the Queen of Wands here, this is Sagittarius energy, also Aries and Leo, because we're in a reading that is general. But Sagittarian energy is like, you don't take Sag to the party. Sag is the party. Sag like gets everybody whooped up, right? Woo woo, right? And so I feel like you could have a Sagittarius placement. You don't have to, but I think that you're just a lot of fun. And I think that people are used to you always being there and being the one who's on all the time. And I think that right now you're just not into it. It feels to be like you're weighed down with a little bit of worry right now, worry and a little bit of regret or sadness. There might be things going on in your life that you're keeping under the surface, Taurus, that the Five of Wands is here. So it feels like you're sort of fighting inwardly with yourself, or possibly beating yourself up about things. I feel like you've gone into hermit energy because I feel like you want to heal, but maybe you've gone there because you don't feel you're healed enough. Like it almost feels like you're blaming yourself for something, or maybe if it's not blame, it's just a lot of worry. I feel like you've got a lot on your mind, I'm going to say, with this Nine of Swords here. You've got a lot on your mind and you're learning a lot of things at the same time here. I'm just going to talk about this because look, it's been staring at me over in the corner here for a little bit. So I think we should talk about this Tower. We should talk about the Wheel and talk about the King of Wands. Tell me what's going on here. Tell me why this Tower is here. What sort of Tower of expansion and change is coming to Taurus here? There's some crazy energy that's just showed up here. Tell me about Taurus, please. This came off the bottom of the deck, so I feel like it's something that's coming up in the very near future for you. Tell me about this Tower, please. Tell me about this Tower for Taurus. What's this? Tell me what's shifting. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. We've got the Six of Swords. And we've got the Devil energy. Taurus, I feel like you're something is moving here, shifting, that you're not going to be very comfortable with. And it feels like that you're in this energy of waiting or finding a new path. It feels like the Seven of Pentacles is telling me that maybe there's a pause or a reevaluation. It does feel like reevaluation to me, whether this is about going out and being with friends or being in financial stuff. But it feels like there's a reevaluation process going on right now. You might be thinking about moving. You might be thinking about the movement that you need in your life, but it feels like you have some fear. I feel like the Tower is causing some unnecessary strife here. The universe is trying to get you to move, to change, And it feels like some of you could be fighting that. There's a new path coming here, and the new path is going to bring, wow, abundance and romance. It looks like this Empress being here is you, and then we have the Knight of Cups here, and it looks like a new door is opening to something heart-spaced or romantic, it looks like here. The Empress is here. So I feel like there's some big changes that are showing up here, and some of the, like all of them, are going to be sort of forced changes, I want to say. And it's going to bring some fear or some frustration, because it feels like you do really want to move, but it does feel like you have attachments, or you're attached to something, or something's attached to you. Maybe you're trying to move away from attachments. I feel like the Tower always shows up for mercy, so it feels like this is a change that was needed, that you probably wouldn't have moved if the universe didn't move you. Tell me why this Wheel of Fortune is here, please. What is changing with the Wheel of Fortune? Destiny's here, Taurus, and so you're going to start seeing a lot of changes in your life, because with Uranus and Jupiter in your sign right now, you're going to start seeing a lot of changes at this time going on. Tell me what kinds of changes Taurus might expect. We've got the High Priestess, we've got the King of Pentacles, and we've got the Six of Cups. I feel like you're going back old school. It feels like, Taurus, think about a year ago this time, what kind of money were you making then? It feels like you maybe have an intuitive business, or possibly that your intuitive energy is telling you that more money is coming, or something big is coming in terms of financial stability is showing up here. It feels like with the Six of Cups, I want to say that it feels retro. I want to say it feels like retro, that maybe it's something that's showing up that you were supposed to get paid for back there, but you didn't, or something you thought, like you put your name in for something and then you forgot about it. It feels like it's retro, if that makes any sense here. It feels like a change is now showing up for you. Something that you intuitively did back there, put your name in for something, maybe you signed a paper, and it feels like something is going to be showing up that is going to give you some sort of monetary gain, or some more energy. So look, maybe you put your name in for, I don't know, some sort of healthcare thing, to win a healthcare package. Maybe you get to go to a spa. Like, it feels like either it's going to up your energy or your finances here, and it feels like it's something that you did intuitively back there that it's going to pay off now, and it's going to bring change here. We've got the Eight of Pentacles, we've got the Ace of Cups, and we've got the Two of Cups. Very interesting. So also, again, what I think is changing here, Taurus, is I feel like you have some romantic notions or decisions that are coming up in the future here. Three Cups have shown up. It feels like there's going to be some type of reunion. And we've got the Eight of Pentacles here. It feels like somebody's going to try really hard to come back into your life. Somebody's going to try really hard to possibly pursue you. We've got the King of Wands here. We've got the Two of Pentacles. We've also got the Seven of Swords in the reverse, and the Nine of Wands. Taurus, I feel like there is somebody coming forward here that I feel like you do know. I don't care if you want to hear from them or not. It feels like somebody is going to be showing up here, and they're going to be like appearing out of nowhere. The Seven of Swords is here with the Nine of Wands. I feel like this person is somebody who's been hiding from you, or hiding their face, or they feel embarrassed to come forward almost. It feels like it feels like it's they're going to pursue you here, but it feels like it's they want to drop burdens, and that's why they're showing up here. Tell me about the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Feels like something is coming to the surface here, Taurus. We've got the Five of Swords, we've got the Four of Wands, and we've got the Nine of Cups. I feel like you're going to be happy to see this person, but I want to say that I think that this person might be coming to your house. So if they know where you live, or you still live in the place where you live, when you guys last had the last fallout, I want to say, I feel like this person could show up at your house, or ask if they can come over. This person might be someone that you've been silent with or not talking to. I mean, the Five of Swords is usually about, argumentative, somebody tried to win at any cost, or maybe there's been some silence, but I feel like that's about to change. It feels like if this person might invite themselves over. It feels like they're like, can I bring over a bottle of wine? Like, it feels like they might invite themselves over. Whew, it's a lot of stuff, Taurus. We've got the Ten of Swords, we've got the Death card, and we've got the Moon energy. So what you don't see is that there is some sort of an emotional purge going on here. It feels like there is something that you will be releasing, which accounts for the full moon that we're dealing with right now. We do have the Moon energy, and then we have Scorpio full moon. And it feels like you're going to be releasing a bunch of things, Taurus, that maybe had you hit rock bottom, or had you feeling, you're releasing situations where people maybe were terrible to you, or there was really harsh endings. I feel like this is the time when you're just going to let it go back to the universe. And I feel like it's because of the Scorpio full moon. That's kind of weird it worked out that way. But this Ten of Swords tells me that I feel that you've already either hit the rock bottom or that there are people who have betrayed you. I feel like this Scorpio full moon is going to allow you to release it all. The Seven of Swords being in the reverse is going to allow you to release some sort of emotional energy that you've been carrying around. Right, Taurus? I think that's about it for now. I'm going to leave that. That's a lot of stuff. Look, that covers a lot of things, and not all of you will be going through all of this at the same time. And maybe it's bits and pieces that are for some of you. I feel like you're gonna be okay though. You're in your Empress energy. I feel like you're in your Empress energy, and a new chapter is here. It's already here because the full moon is here, ending some things, and so new things are about to begin. And some of that is reunion energy. Some of that is new love energy for some of you. Some of it's financial. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm just going to leave that right there and stop talking. You guys take care. And I'm out here, and I'll be back, of course, because, well, I'm always back. Love you guys. Bye.